Hello, myself Rameshwari Shende from Arihant College of Education, Pune. Today we will learn more about role and duties of Vice Principal. Successful operation of an educational institution requires competent administrators who set educational standards and goals and establish policies and procedures. Thus, we have a head and principal who provides leadership and in larger school system. The principal is usually assisted in her work by someone known as vice principal. Yes, today we will see the role and duties of vice principal. Unlike the principal, the vice principal does not quite have a decision making power that the principal carries, but has to deal with implementing the policies and programs of the institution. Now let's see the role of vice principal. Educational administrators who help principal in the overall administration of the school, they are vice principal. The role of vice principal can be illustrated with the help of this diagram. The role of vice principal is doing site-based management, scheduling academic work, act as an interim principal, counseling students and deal with all. Let's see what is the site-based management. The term site-based management refers to on-the-spot management. The vice principal, in the absence of principal, he has to act on the spur moment. This is done as the vice principal oversees the school daily activities. This includes hiring staff, ensures that the school meets required regulations and educational standards. Then the second important role is scheduling academic work. The vice principal works to ensure the academic success of the students. They help to schedule academic work by evaluating curriculum and teachers, dealing with the local community. They develop budgets and establish academic policies and programs. Some vice principals also take up the task of teaching as well. The third is he is acting as a interim principal. The vice principal, in the absence of principal due to sickness, they assumes the responsibility of the principal. They act as an interim or acting principal of the school. Due to this, many principal or people look upon this post as a stepping stone to the larger role of the principal. So in the absence of principal, they act as a principal. The duties of principals are performed by vice principal. The fourth important role of the vice principal is counseling students. Along with teaching, the vice principal also plays an important role in counseling the students. Some of them deal with career counseling programs, some deal in administrating tests that measure students' abilities to help them choose appropriate career. The fifth important role of the vice principal is dealing with all. The educational administrators, vice principals hold leadership positions with significant responsibility, coordinating and interacting with faculty, parents, students, community members, government officials, state and local policymakers. Thus, the role of the vice principal is extremely important. Let's see duties, functions or the responsibilities of vice principal. As far as duties of vice principal are concerned, these duties are divided into three important responsibilities: executive responsibilities, administrative responsibilities and other activities. So let's see what the executive responsibilities are. In the executive responsibilities, the work is included. The vice principal is directly answerable and responsible to the superiors or the school principal. He works as a team member with other administrative personnel, the school personnel of the school in development of policies and programs. He has to assist the principal in administering and leading a complete school unit within the policy framework developed by the Board of Education. He supervises at the direction of the principal and assists in the completion of administrative details. So these are all the executive responsibilities of the vice principal. Now let's see administrative responsibilities of the vice principal. In order to help the school to run well, the vice principal may assist principal in carrying out administrative responsibilities, which are further categorized as follows. First is improving educational opportunity. Second is obtaining and developing personnel and maintaining effective interrelationship. These are the administrative responsibilities of the vice principal. Let's see one by one. First is improving educational opportunities. In that, he has to keep monitoring students' attendance, maintain discipline among students, look after guidance and counseling programs for students, helping teachers in drafting out remedial teaching programs, managing, building, planning and maintaining pupil personal records. So this all comes under improving educational opportunities. Then the second important responsibility of vice principal is obtaining and developing personnel. In that, he has to evaluate the performance of teaching and non-teaching staff, planning and directing in-service training programs, appointing new staff, providing for observation of teaching and non-teaching staff. So this all work includes in obtaining and developing personnel. Then the third important role or responsibility of vice principal is maintaining effective interrelationship. In that, he has to develop pupils reporting procedures, holding meetings with parents and other important citizens, preparing information to be given to the local media, dealing with school management committee members or government officials and members of the community. So these are all the administrative responsibilities of vice principal. Now let's see other activities which are performed by vice principal. In that, providing and maintaining funds, budgets and its record. In this, he has to maintain funds, budgets and its record in the school. He has to prepare reports to be sent to the authorities, looking after the need of the extension, assume other responsibilities which has to be that may be assigned to him on the spot. So these are all the duties of the vice principal. When these duties are properly carried out, it leads to a smooth functioning of the school.